First and foremost, ladies, again, congratulations on being that special team that got the first #1 seed for program history. You've made myself extremely proud. You know that, obviously, the university and the athletic department for representing West Virginia women's soccer with such pride and with the utmost respect. So congratulations to Lisa Stoya and to Marissa that endlessly are doing endless hours of work. Thanks, you guys, for getting us there. Josh, for dealing with all summer long with these special ladies. Amy, for keeping them healthy. Theo, for keeping us all on video. And to my family, my husband and my family, for being patient when I'm not around. Thank you. I'm ready, Jeff.
You've had a lot of really good teams. What is it about this one? What does it say about them that they are this one to finally get that #1 seed?
They found a way to finish. They found a way to put the ball in the back of the net and finish games out and to win. And I've had great teams in the past. You don't like to look back and compare teams, but there's no denying that every challenge this team has stepped up and found results. And in college athletics, results are what matters. So this team is extremely special. They record, as Shannon would say, made history, with 19 wins. But most importantly, we had one of the most challenging schedules this year and stepped up to each and every challenge.
You see that find a way to win is probably no more evident than what happened yesterday. You said at halftime they needed to get more dangerous. What does that even mean, and how were you guys able to score those 3 goals and overcome that?
For the novices in the room, it's been an extremely difficult year. Teams have only played us in 60 yards, which means they allow us to come to a certain point, and we only get to play in a certain amount of space where usually you get to play in 120 yards. So this team has had to find little spaces and little opportunities here and there and be precise and be perfect in our passes. But we were only going east-west yesterday, and we needed to go real north and real quick. So that's what I was talking about. TCU is keeping us tight, and we needed to get dangerous and start taking risks and getting that ball forward, and obviously as quickly as we could behind TCU.
Nikki, what did you learn about your team on Sunday that maybe you didn't know before that game?
It's funny. This team is extremely close. They're a team that loves to talk. They're a team that loves to be around each other. They're a team that just really enjoys each other. And with that being said, sometimes they don't challenge each other enough, and it's too much fun. And I found this team really cared and had a deep love for each other because they fought, they battled, they had this incredible iron will. And when coaches talk about in the zone, we were in the zone. We were in the zone. And this team stepped up. They fought for each other. They fought for that win. And it was incredible how much heart and determination this team had. So for me, I learned that this team's a real deal. They've never come from behind. So that was an extremely important lesson for myself, for the coaching staff, to see how we would respond with 2 goals down, being extremely fatigued. We've never played, 3 games in that amount of time. So I saw a lot. So now the expectation's super high. So if they fail, they're in big trouble, right? You hear that? Yeah. No cereal.
Nikki, they said that on the broadcast yesterday that sometimes a team that had such a good regular season, it's good to face some adversity like that before you get into the NCAA tournament. Obviously, you don't want to face the adversity to the point that you don't win the championship, but you mentioned that they can take a lesson away from that. What do you hope that, something like that where you give up 2 goals for the first time, you go down like that, that they can learn from it and know going forward
Well, they need to know that we can only score 2 goals in 45 minutes. So that was something we definitely know that at this point of time, you got to play 90 in the NCAA tournament because anything can happen. Obviously, TCU had a great strike, found the back of the net. Georgetown did the same thing to us. I think maybe TCU had 2 shots on goal, 2 goals. And we just got to keep putting our own destiny in our own hands and playing tight and great defense and eliminating any kind of scoring threats. And now moving forward, know that we don't want to be in that position again because anything can happen in this game.
I know it's one and done, but is there a comfort level when you look at that bracket and see all of those familiar teams that you played throughout the tournament? I mean, there's a ton of teams that you played this year. Does that comfort you a little bit to know that we've got a familiarity with some of these teams?
Sure, there's a confidence level. You know, we've beaten Duke, we've beaten Ohio State, but at the end of the day, we just have to get out there and play hard. And, you know, our jersey's not going to beat anybody. We have to make sure we're ready and we get after it. But I know this team is confident and they understand that we're not going to be intimidated by any jersey, nor are we going to take anyone lightly again because, you know, we went to TCU, beat them 3-0, and look what happened yesterday.
You know, this hasn't been Monday fun day for you a lot, and this is a different mindset for you and your team, isn't it? You go into this tournament. Does that make a big difference?
It definitely is. I mean, we've tried to stay focused. We've tried to have takeaways every game, wins or losses, and just stay in some type of rhythm or some type of schedule. But this team is old enough and they experienced last year to know where we're at and why we're here and what to do. And it's a good group with some very good experience moving forward. So I hope I answered your question.
I know you just found out, but knowledge of Northern Kentucky, if anything?
I have no idea. To be honest with you, I know nothing about them. I know they're from Northern Kentucky. I hope.
That's bulletin board material or not.
No idea. No idea. I don't even know their colors. You know their colors?
They're the Norse, right? Aren't they black and gold?
Black and gold.
Yeah. Black and gold.
What's your plan? What's your schedule? To get ready for the next one?
Well, we need to rest up. We had a challenging week of soccer, so we'll regenerate and get ourselves back today and tomorrow and just take that time, and then we'll just be light, very low volume, low intensity, but very high intensity, getting our mental, toughness ready and focus back. But we know we just got to recover right now.
Nikki, do you have an appreciation or do you sense it from them, the seniors, and a sense of urgency that comes with any senior class, but maybe especially this one?
Yeah, this senior class has been extremely successful, and they've come so close and they've come so far. And I know that they have the experiences and the confidence, but also the experience of letdowns to remember, to hopefully protect the whole team from failing and not performing to the way we want to perform and get to that final game.
Nikki, you and your team have been able to make it look pretty easy this year, even though there are plenty of reasons as to why it shouldn't necessarily have been so easy. Relatively young roster, true freshman at goalkeeper, Keisha and Ashley with a lot of mileage heading into the season. What about this team gives them the ability to meet and overcome these obstacles?
Yeah, it's character. I think this team has a whole lot of character, and a lot of those individuals that you talked about have the character and the drive to be the elite and to be the best. Obviously, Keisha and Ashley have had no days off. I mean, their schedule, I don't even know how they managed it, but they, both of them especially, if you watched the game yesterday, you could see how determined they were to fight for their West Virginia family and to perform at their highest level. I'm glad it's looked easy to you, because you'd come into one of a staff meeting, it's never that easy. We're always trying to figure things out and get a little bit better. But I attribute it all to the team and to the individuals and to the upperclassmen that have stepped up and just been selfless And that's a lot of it, but my staff has done a great job recruiting.